Welcome to part 2 of our video series on ABRAIL 2024. It was such a big exhibition that we've split it into 3 parts. Part 1 deals with all the layouts we saw in the sports hall, which were in general the largest layouts at the exhibition. If you missed it, you can click the link here to take you there now. In part 2, we will be looking at the layouts in the main building of the exhibition, and we start with Overlord.
Overlord is a double-O gauge World War II layout inspired by Southampton and Portsmouth in 1944. The railways played a huge role in the Second World War, and this layout focuses on the preparations for the D-Day landings, known as Operation Overlord. There was so much to see in this model that we really got a sense of how hectic it must have been. I really like the ships and submarines. A submarine was gigantic.
What's it, Simon?
It's a submarine.
Yeah, it is. You're not wrong.
Is it U-73?
The captured U-boat.
Oh!
It's the only one that was put into naval service.
Wow.
But it was a bit before this. It's just,
Oh, okay.
it would never have been there at D-Day.
Big D. It's a big bird. Is that big bird?
I don't know what it is, Simon.
There's lots of
Look
tanks
at these
around.
cranes. Very impressive, aren't they? Yeah.
That's a class 56.
Oh, that's rail freight livery. Amazing. Hinksey Yard is a real location just south of Oxford, modelled here in N gauge. It is a freight yard with plenty of ballast trains and other engineering trains, as well as the passing HSTs and turbo units on the Great Western Main Line. We were lucky enough to see a steam tour passing by. Nice. Oh, it must be a Heritage Rail tour with the diesel on the back. It's a 67, nice. What's this one called, Simon?
Banbury.
Tick it off? Yeah, tick it off. Good. What is it, Simon?
It's a class 60 again.
Ah.
Banbury is a current day model of a real location on the Chiltern Main Line near Oxfordshire. It is modelled in N scale. I love the long trains and big post office near the front of the layout.
Not 100% certain. Find out in a minute.
Cross country just coming in.
Yeah. But I've never seen that yellow border on the photograph, but where they would
Pencader is a model of a real Welsh location on the Great Western, as it would have looked in the 1930s. The buildings reminded us of our recent visit to the Severn Valley Railway, and in particular, the footbridge was reminiscent of the one on Pwllheli Station.
and then if you give them...
Well, they had a whole department involved in it, you know.
So if you are putting sheets on your wagons, you've got to be careful to make sure that the dates on the sheet...
To sign it with my right hand, with my name.
Yes.
Corwenna is a fictional location in Cornwall inspired by the line from Boscombe Junction into Wenford Bridge. Daddy was reminded of a holiday cycle along this disused section of line, now known as the Camel Trail, where you can still see some old china clay dries.
There's 2 coaches that's in there's the lavatory third.
Yes.
And there's
Carlisle Canal was the former North British engine shed in Carlisle. The layout is set in LNER days in the 1920s and is modelled in 00 gauge. We liked the fact that you could see the turntable inside the sheds, and we also liked the sounds from the locos and the large coaling tower. Ah. Is it coming out of the coaling tower?
No, but it meant that they're not like the giant ones, just
The Bergeller Bahn is a 3.5mm scale narrow gauge layout set in Switzerland in the current day. It was inspired by the railway that was proposed in 1913, but the line was never built. We love the impressive viaduct.
Amazing, incredible layout. Zeedijk. We're not 100% confident about the pronunciation of the names of some of these international layouts, so I hope that was somewhere close. This layout is set in the Netherlands around 1990 and is based on a real section of railway. We liked the windmill. Yes, I saw the windmill. That's great, isn't it, Simon? Fantastic.
So it's only a wood. So we have to lift those paid for it. But the son-in-law paid for it with chips. He's 6 foot 5. There's that train myself.
Moore's View is a beautifully presented deep winter snow scene set in Devon in the 1980s and modelled in N-gauge. Daddy really liked this layout and wishes he had taken more footage of it.
Signs, like the exit sign and stuff. But he, so Doug got
Welding happening there. Lost Tanimals, and we like the pun on the name, depicts a location in the Texas or Arizona area with trains from the 1940s to the 1980s, modelled in N-gauge.
Wow, look at that.
And look how far it train goes back.
Very
In scale it looks big.
Here's the Lego one. Brilliant.
Lego City Abingdon was a lot of fun. I liked seeing the Lego and recognised some trains the same as I have. Amazing.
Sakura Crossing. Sakura Crossing is a layout designed to showcase the Japanese bullet trains. It uses the Kato N-gauge track system in front of a backdrop of Mount Fuji.
Sodor Island is a 00 gauge layout designed to run locos from the Thomas the Tank Engine range.
Broadford depicts a location in Australia in the 90s and is HO gauge. We were really impressed by the lengths of the trains running on this layout. This is a
really long train. Yeah, there's the last one. Amazing, look at that.
Burdock is a fictional location on the line between Stroud and Swindon. It is set in the summer of 1964 and is in N-gauge. We really enjoyed the duck train. Big ducks.
Might be the flying duck.
Yeah, that's right.
Brilliant. I've never seen that before. You see all the ducks over? This one's Pwllheli. 37 just coming through.
Pwllheli is modelled in P4 gauge and is set in the early 21st century. This was an impressive layout and another one I wish I had spent more time filming.
Elbow Lane is a small run-down branch terminus in South London, modelled in 00 gauge and set in the 1980s. We love the grimy, compact nature of this layout.
Moving road vehicle there.
Beijao is set in China in 2001. In the northern suburbs of an industrial city. It is in HO gauge. We really like the way that this was presented in very low light with the orange back scene. The camera has to some extent compensated for the low light and makes it look quite bright, but it was very atmospheric.
The light on this one's incredible, especially set in the evening, the colour of that sky. Amazing.
That brings us to the end of part 2 of our ABRAIL 2024 video series. We hope you have enjoyed it. Part 3 will include the remaining layouts, which were in the third building on the day of our visit. It doesn't get much better than that.